lately. I don't even know if anybody wants to watch me play this, but we're gonna see what happens here. Again, I don't know if anybody wants to watch me play this game because it's kind of like a mind melter. Okay, if anybody who's played it, hopefully you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see how it goes. We got about another 50 minutes here. And yeah, I don't know. Let's see, we'll turn on some of the options. I don't fully understand why it does this. Like it shows the bottom bar here. I don't know why it's doing that. But it does. I don't know if I do. Let's turn performance mode on for sure. Turn the sounds up to about mid. And then I think that should be coming through game. Is that right? Hello? Just gotta make sure we got everything going here. All right. Vampire Survivors. No output device. I want that to be wave game. Okay. And then yeah, I don't even know. Oh, look, it fixed itself. Interesting. What does it take to join the beard club? One beard. Join club, get beard. I don't even know if... Okay, it looks like the sounds are coming through. All right, so really what you're trying to... Oh, dog? It's more projectiles every level. I'm gonna play as this dog. Actually, I'm gonna play as this cleric because I'm gonna show you guys what this game is about. It's basically just a wave-based like stay alive game with a timer on it. All right. So the level that I'm gonna play the first one. You just have 30 minutes to stay alive. How long your beard? You just gotta have one. It's not real gatekeepy. Arcanas? What is this? What's Arcanas? I don't know what that means. We're gonna go hyper. I don't know what Arcanas is. Okay, so basically, healing is doubled. Recovering HP damage. Damage is nearby. Ooh. Armor also affects listed weapons damage and reflected enemy damage. Character gain bonus. Let's see, health. Sure. So I'm trying to stay alive here. And this cleric starts off with a weapon that basically just drops holy water. And so you're trying to get different items and level them up, and there are different combinations and all sorts of stuff. You demand your membership. I think it's in the mail, if memory serves me correctly. I think we got that. We put that in the mail. Doink. All right. I'm gonna grab this rune tracer because it shoots through enemies. Okay. I'm also gonna grab the King Bible. It's really funny because it's like KJV. It circles and it's super great. When you level it up, it's freaking gnarly. So I'm collecting all these gems. need Spellbinder. It's my upgrade for my Bible. Makes my effects last longer. So that means the Bibles spin longer. The holy water that I drop lasts longer. And I've also got some upgrades, like more Bible, please. I've also got some upgrades that allow me to kind of see where things are on the map. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to try and get this leaf, which is a power up. Does anybody else play this game? Just me? I feel like that's loud. I'm going to drop it down a little bit. I have played this game more than almost any other game that I've played in the last, well, I got probably since the start of the year. And I've only been playing for like a week. And that includes Marvel Snap. This game, for me, was my Marvel, I can say it, my Marvel Snap killer. Holy water, please. And I was reading some articles and watching some videos on it. This game is way more like fun and addicting than it has any right being, because there's not really a whole lot that's going on with it. It's literally what you see on the screen, and it's about to get like pretty super bonkers. But there's an app. I downloaded this off of Game Pass. For whatever reason, it's on Game Pass. And I tried playing it on my phone. Not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. I only want to play it like this, because I'm using WASD, my keys board, in order to move around. And it makes me a lot more agile than trying to swipe my finger on a phone. I'm close my. Oh, yeah, this way. Not really trying to level too much right now, but you can see there's a timer at the top. It's basically just counting up to 30. Emo. I actually don't remember you asking that, but the answer, I think for me, the answer is always going to be yes, if you can. But don't feel like, I don't know, man. I don't want to beard shame anybody, right? If you don't feel like a beard is your jam, because it is, pick it up. It is upkeep. It absolutely is upkeep. And I'm actually thinking about taking mine down quite a bit. Because I think my chin needs a breather. It needs to see the sun a little bit, and so and it just gets kind of unruly sometimes. And you know, I don't really have. I don't want to spend all my time just maintaining my beard. I like having it. I think it's great. You know, I'm a beard bro, and so. We had, you know, beard oil named after us. I think we still do, actually. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want that to be everything that I am. It's just like my beard. But all right. Now we're starting to level. When you kill like big enemies, they drop chests, which is great. They give you an item and some gold. Use the gold to upgrade your stuff. You can see up here in the top left, it tells me how many of them that I have, and so I'm gonna try and fill out the Bibles. The Babbles. Now I don't play this character just because it's the Christian character. play it because that holy water is legit. And I think, I'm pretty sure that, like, I'm recovering health. Maybe that might be something I have on all characters. I can't remember. Santa water. Keep calling it holy water. Okay, we're getting pretty close to like a kind of a mini boss. Ooh. I don't need it though. I don't need it. That's really cool. I don't need it. All right, we're gonna grab this candelabra. Yeah, okay. This is our little mini boss section here. This praying mantis comes out. Wrecked him. Wrecked him. That's not the word I was... I wrecked him. He got wrecked. There we go. Sometimes you forget where you are on the internet. Come on, guys. Go away. Ooh, yeah. Fire one for sure. Shoots big old fireballs. Ooh, I like gold. Babble. Are the vampires who have survived, or are people surviving the vampires? Oh, you know, honestly, I don't think I've ran into a vampire. So you can get to, it's gonna attract all the gems. And gems. Hopefully. Ooh yeah, lightning. Oh yeah, duplicator is gonna shoot 2 of everything. My projectiles. You can get to spaces. There's a space in every level that has a coffin, and it has another character in it. And then every time you open it up, it's like your vampire's in another coffin. It's the whole your princess is in another castle, which is hilarious. First couple times I played this, probably for the first, I would say, couple of hours, I was not making a lot of headway, but you have to get the gold in order to level up your characters, and then you can kind of learn the patterns, you know, the different tricks that it takes, what power-ups you would need to kind of get through levels and stuff like that. Once you get that figured out, you're kind of set. Kind of set. Yep, I'm gonna try and get me with these bats. Not today. Not today, Satan. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. This isn't even the craziest. This is just like nothing. Hey, not Marvel Snap. I was actually just saying, Ryan, that this for me, I don't know if you play Vampire Survivors or not. This is my Marvel Snap killer. For me personally. I know that it's not for everybody, and I respect that. I think a new season of Marvel Snap actually drops today. If memory serves me correctly. Or maybe today's the last day? Something like that. Probably tonight at like 10 Central. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing fantastic. Ryan, it's been too long, dude. How are you? I saw those pictures, man. Those Preggers pictures. First of all, congratulations, because I don't think I've had a chance to say that to you. Yeah, lightning and duplicator. We will level that up. No probs. Yeah, I'm streaming during lunch. You're welcome, MDB. Don't say I never got you anything, okay? Let's get... That'll be the last one I need. Then we don't have to worry about it anymore. Dude, hey, Ryan, for real, bro. Like, come to the summit. Every organization that signs up gets a +1. So you and anybody else that you want from your church. I mean, obviously that's if you don't have to just bring 2 people. You can bring more than that. But I mean, like, we wanted to make sure that it was like accessible for people, and also that you could, cast vision with somebody else. So like if you were a senior pastor, senior pastors could come, but like they could bring somebody who actually speaks the language and can help bring the idea back to the church. How close are we in the candle? Pretty close. Chicken. No vegetarians in this game, by the way. The only thing that gives you health is chicken. These little freaking Zuzu bats are the living worst. There's a combo in here of the it's like basically a good bird and a bad bird, and they go different directions. And when you get them going, man, get them fully leveled up, they shoot like this rainbow out. Absolutely insane. Hey, did anybody else watch WrestleMania last night? Just me? Me and Berkey? Oh yeah, it's leveled up. This is the Evolved King Bible. It never ends, okay? But it's got this like gnarly V on it. So do with all of that information what you will. Did you, okay, so Ryan, did you watch, or are you just interested in? Because those are 2 different things. Got to figure out what the next... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Dude, that would be fantastic. And we're trying to create, networks, right? Like of churches and organizations that are doing things in the space, to give them an opportunity to meet other people that are interested or active in, reaching nerds. Oh yeah, here we go. Come on. That's where it starts to get real framey. I love it. Yeah, man. It was something else, wasn't it? Night 1, honestly, if I were to give it a I don't rank things. We don't rank things at LTN because we're worried about relationships and stuff like that. Ooh, purple. That's new. We don't have to worry about that with the WWE because I don't think that's ever going to be an option for us. And so, I will say that I think that night 1 was, for me, it was a 9 out of 10. Maybe like even a 9.5 out of 10. Okay. So, like, really great. Fan-freaking-tastic. Storytelling hit on every level. I think that the people that needed to win on every level won, okay? So they gave my girl Rhea the title, which just needed to happen. Absolutely needed to happen. And they also, they put the belts on Sammy and and Kevin. Okay. And that was I don't want to say the end, because there was a lot of stuff in like the post-show press conference that kind of hinted towards it not being the end. But it just like absolutely slapped. It was so good. Let's go Stone Mask. I even think that's Austin Theory beating John Cena. I think that was the right call. So all that was night 1 stuff. Night 2. If I had to give it a number, I would say night 2 honestly was more in line with what I know to be true about the WWE. All right, so I would say it was probably, for me, 5, maybe 6. Maybe 6. It was meh. It was meh. I mean, they kept the belt on Roman, and his post press conference, post show press conference was very. I feel like he's trying to be MJF, and he's saying, he's saying that nobody's doing things the way that he's doing them. He's operating on a whole new level and all this stuff. And Triple H is coming out and saying all that as well. And I'm like, just sign MJF. Like, if this is what we're doing, just sign him. Just sign him. Like, just be done with it. Like, if you want somebody who can do that, just give it to MJF. Bring him in, give him the belt, if that's what you're gonna do. Don't sit here and bring Cody in. Big story, massive story, and then give Cody an opportunity to not have the belt, because that's what they did. And I truly believe that Cody was the one who's like, no, I think that the best thing for the story would be to push it forward. The bloodline is disintegrating before our very eyes. Okay, we saw this happen with the NWO, where WCW did not know when to let a thing that had passed its prime finish. And so in that, it went on way too long. It split, it splintered. We got LWO out of it, which we have back now. We got NWO black and white, NWO silver. We got red and black. Everybody in the world was a part of the NWO at one point. Like, it just lost its luster. And I feel like that could happen again with the bloodline. And I don't know that that's what they want, but that's exactly where they're going. And so I would just advise against it. Twir at me, but it's not me, It's Gomez Adams is back in the driver's seat. But hey, this morning, I haven't checked any of the news. WWE could be bought by Endeavor right now. He needed that L? Do you think, Mosley, do you really think that he needed it, though? Like, I don't know that he did. Yeah, I'm also... Man, honestly, I'm torn on that, because with the whole Asuka thing, I don't know that Asuka needed to lose. I'm not sold on that. I'm not necessarily mad at it. It doesn't frustrate me, because I think that Bianca is a great champion. I mean, she does a lot for the brand of WWE. She's the female John Cena, is what she is. She's literally everything that Charlotte Flair is not. And so, and I mean that in the best way possible. I think that Charlotte's, she's fine, but Charlotte's a heel. And what WWE needs is they need, you know, for people to be able to advocate for them. And, you know, heels don't do a great job of advocating all the time. And so, you know, having to break kayfabe and do all sorts of stuff. There is a certain level of suspending your disbelief that some people just cannot get past. Oh, they could have absolutely protected her. I mean, that's the thing that I don't get is, you know, maybe it's a reason that I don't do the booking. You know, reason 795,000 that I don't book for WWE. But I think that one of the things, I think that they overbill, right? They way overbill things. And so, you know, Asuka, they pushed her hard. Like they allowed her to bring back her Japanese Asuka, which was like a Joker Asuka. And that was fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. I think that that's the Asuka that we need, right? She's such a cool character. I was kind of over Asuka before that. But, you know, you bring her in this kind of a situation. And man, she's fantastic. And so, oops, I meant to click this. So I don't know. I think that it's one of those deals where you push and 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 then you deflate. And I didn't see them taking the belt off of Asuka at all. You know, not in a million WrestleManias did I see them doing that. But then I look at, you know, Cody, and I didn't necessarily see them taking the belt off of him either, or not putting the belt on him. But there was always that lingering thing in the back of my mind that was like, man, but they could though, right? Like they could totally bork this. And I think that they did. And that was one of the things that I kind of saw and felt, like I said, in the post-show press conference. NXT Japan is on the rise. Hey, Emo, see you later. Man, I've not seen anything about NXT Japan. Talk more about that. You think it could have caused issues for him long term? I mean, maybe. Maybe. Real talk. If we're being real, like they with the Roman Reigns and Cody match, I think that they see you had that DQ moment, right? Well, I mean, which one, right? But where, what's his little cousin's name? I forget. I haven't put it to memory because it's just not super important to me, or I feel like really even, you know, major pieces of the storyline. But you know, he hit Cody with the belt, like slapped him with the belt, which means he stole it from Evil Zero, which is crazy. But anyway, which they didn't show. There's just there were a lot of camera botches last night, in my opinion. But anyway, the ref knew that that's what happened and didn't DQ Roman, which is kind of weird. Again, it's wrestling. It doesn't have to make sense. It's actually not supposed to make sense. It's a lot easier to watch wrestling if you don't try to make sense of it. But at some point, you have to... You gotta just ask questions, man. Like, what are we doing here? What are we trying to do? What's our goal? And I think that was one of the points where I was like, I don't really know if anybody knows what we're trying to do here. Because the whole lead up to that was that he was going to... There were issues and cracks in the bloodline. And I don't... Like, when there was questions about Sami Zayn and what he was doing for the bloodline, was he in or was he out? They did a lot with that story. They did a great job with that story. They made you believe that Sammy could turn either direction at any point. With this one, I just never believed he was going to turn. Right? Because it was always like he was trying to prove something to his tribal chief. So. Oh, yeah, man. You heard all the call-outs. Turn off the mics on the camera. Like, I don't know. It's difficult. I will say, though, like, they said in the post-show press conference for night 2 that they're just getting started on this storyline, and that made my heart sink, actually. Not super excited about tons and tons and tons more of this. I think that there are other things that we can do and that we can do well, but we just need to give it the time of day. And if all we're focusing on is bloodline stuff, I don't want to see this headline the next even one WrestleMania, if I'm being real. But when they were like, oh yeah, the 1,000 day title hold, you know, we were thinking about that 200 days ago. Like, that was, we're so far past that. And I was like, oh man, I was really hoping that was the end of the line. Honestly. I don't know. Now, kind of now that the Sami Zayn storyline has, you know, hit its zenith. I mean, where do we go from there, though? You know? I mean, that, to me, let's be real, that was peak storytelling. And I mean peak storytelling. And they caught lightning in a bottle on that one. I don't know exactly if they know what they did on that, but you had to capitalize on the hate for Roman Reigns and kind of the Matt Cardona-esque sensationalism that Sami Zayn captures. That kind of stuff, you can't really focus it. Like you have to just kind of luck into it a little bit. And I think that kind of the same thing happened with the NWO, right? I keep likening this to the NWO because I think it's very similar in its popularity. That it's not just because it's the WWE, right? Can't be. Oh, Roman absolutely is the most uninteresting part of the Bloodline story. 100%. Because I feel like he's the least involved part of the storyline. And I mean that. I mean, at the very center of my core, I mean that. Roman Reigns is kind of a means to an end in as much as it pertains to that storyline. I feel like, for my money, the Usos and Sami Zayn, like that, to me, that was a WrestleMania headliner. That was it. Over the Universal Championship, right? Well, unified. Sorry. Just is. Question is how they're going to build up the Street Profits versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I don't know. I don't know. Street Profits are so hot right now. So hot. I don't know if they, even with all the buildup, right? I don't know if they keep. Here's my fantasy booking. I don't know if they keep the belts on Sammy and KO for long. I don't think I would. You know, I maybe let him drop it at drop him at. I don't know, what do we think here? SummerSlam? We could probably drop him at SummerSlam. Keep it through Backlash. Drop it at SummerSlam. That feels good. They don't need a historic reign. Like the story was really about bloodline stuff. That was the big deal. And so they got through it. They did what they needed to do. We don't need to make this long and drawn out. It's not another bloodline thing. But I'm telling you right now, dude, if they freaking drop those belts back to the Usos, I'm gonna have to take another hiatus from WWE, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, there's not really great wrestling to watch right now. AEW's kind of borking it. WWE has one, maybe two good storylines going on right now. But you know, at the end of the day, it's just wrestling. It's just fun. It's stupid stuff. Nothing to get my undies in a ruffle about. Hey, Halliburtu, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in. We're just talking a little bit of WrestleMania right now. A little bit of WrestleMania. Playing some Vampire Survivors. Just rounding out our stream. We got about, looks like about 10-ish more minutes. Hybrid. Oh, it's hybrid. Did I say halibut? I'm sorry. My brain is trying to focus on all this crazy that's going on the screen. Hybrid. Hey, welcome in. Thank you for that raid. What were you guys doing? If you're hanging out. You don't have to. Have you ever played Vampire Survivors? It's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Kyrie saying, yeah, I mean, you know, honestly, I said this last night in the watch along. Fears to Fathom. Oh, yeah. That's that's that tabletop game that is the remake of Battlestar Galactica, correct? No. Hey, get the heck out of here. Nobody understands like a raid and leave like I do. I'm about to do it when I get off of here. Thanks for sending it. I love it. Much appreciated. For those of you that came over on the raid and you don't know who we are or what we do, we're Love Thy Nerd. And we exist to love and serve our nerdy neighbors. And we do that by being the love of Jesus to nerds and nerd culture. And right now, that means talking about WWE and wrestling in general. And playing Vampire Survivors. Which I say playing, I'm barely playing this game. But that's what I love about it. Is that I can have conversations. And I can explode a lot of things on the screen. Try not to melt my computer. This is the first time I've done this game while running OBS. And I don't know if it's working well. It seems to be working super fine-ish. I have 0% drop frames. That's pretty cool. The game is lagging out, but it's lagging out in the game. All right, so I just don't think that anyone in WWE is going to care about... Oh, yeah, Ibushi White. You're right. But here's the thing. I think that the WWE... I don't know what their strategy is anymore. I know that they're still trying to sell because those conversations are constantly happening. Constantly. If they sell to Endeavor, which is... Endeavor is the UFC. All right, it's a parent company for UFC. If they sell to Endeavor, what does that look like for wrestling fans? I have no clue. I have literally no idea what that is or what that could look like. Not even a little bit. I want to hope it's good for business. Means pay-per-views are back. I don't know. It depends. Booze. It depends on what the agreements with Peacock are. Know what I'm saying? What it might mean, hear me out. It might mean UFC moves to Peacock. Hear me out. All right. So if you already have a brokered deal, it could mean that. We're getting real close to the end here, friends. We're at 29 minutes and 13 seconds. And once it gets to 30 minutes, then the Grim Reaper comes and just kills me. So let's try and get as many of these little things as we can. Just leveling up. We're not going to die, so we're just going to get all these things. We're kind of we're unkillable at this point. So far as like these things killing us. Again, here in 10 seconds, we're dead, but... Oh, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Yep, there he goes. Yep. And then he kills me. Quick! Nothing I can do. All right. Well, we got a lot of coins out of that. Let's see. Mosley says, I get that opinion. If that was happening 10 years ago, but no wrestling fan has any excuse to not know what's going on outside of WWE. There's so much wrestling content these days, not to know who is outside of WWE. I mean, they knew AJ Styles and the Good Brothers. Okay, I get you, but I disagree. I have plenty of wrestling fans who only have time for 1 to 2 shows a week. Yeah, being Raw and SmackDown. I actually think that you were both in the vein of correctness. All right, I don't want to just be like, I agree with everybody. But at the end of the day, like it's legitimate to think that I watch a lot of wrestling content. I really enjoy What Culture. They're some of my favorite to watch, and I can't wait to see what they thought about WrestleMania. But at the end of the day, if you're not locked into the wrestling news stream, then you will not get it. You just won't. You're gonna miss so much of it. And honestly, it makes sense, right? Like, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. But I am only barely keeping up with the WWE as it is. I do not watch Raw. I do not watch SmackDown. I just watch pay-per-views and I watch recaps. That's what I watch. I don't even really watch AEW, but I will go back and I'll watch matches. So like, for instance, if you have not had an opportunity to go and watch Kenny Omega versus Vikingo, go watch that match. Holy crap. It is bonkers. Absolute bonkers. It was so stupid. It was like, it got me to the point where I'm like, you know what I don't need from AEW? Story. I don't need story at all. Just give me banger match after banger match after banger match. Turn it into a showcase. You want to come have a great match? That's what I need. It was everything. Absolutely everything. And you know what? I think I didn't need Vikingo to win that match. I did not need that. I just needed them to get out there and do what they do. And it made sense, even from a storyline, that, yeah, now we've been talking about wrestling for the last 45 minutes. Where you been? Now, what was I saying? Oh, it made sense from a storyline perspective that, like, Vikingo went freaking nuts off the rails, right? And basically gassed himself. And so Kenny came in, and a couple of V-triggers later, like, game over. Made sense. He didn't have to, like, Kenny spent the lion's share of that match getting the absolute tar kicked out of him. And so I think that kind of stuff is totally fine, and I'm here for that. I don't necessarily just want to see the Young Bucks pushed. I'm gonna be real with you, kind of over the Young Bucks, and here's why. Mainly because I feel like every match that the Young Bucks has is the same match it's ever been. You can telegraph the things that they're going to do. I think they have great matches with people, but it's the same match every time.